Hello everyone, myself Shri Pavani Balivada. I am assistant professor in VNR VJIT. I am specialized in finance and marketing. Today we are going to discuss one of the important topic in demand analysis, that is demand forecasting. Let us see what is this demand forecasting, and let us also discuss some of the demand forecasting methods in this session. So what is this demand forecasting? First of all, let us know what is the need for us to study about this. So demand forecasting means generally we predict. So we try to analyze the future. So what is going to happen, or how much demand is going to have for our product in future. So that is demand forecasting. In general, why do we do this forecasting? To protect ourselves. For you to understand simply, I'll give you an example, a related example. So we all know weather forecasting. Right. So weather forecasting means predicting weather in future. So why? Because to protect ourselves. Suppose if cyclone is there, accordingly we plan. Suppose if heat waves are there, cold waves are there. So based on that, we are going to protect. So to protect our business, we forecast this demand. How do we protect? Suppose if our demand, if we didn't predict our demand, if we produce more quantity, then what will happen? Definitely, it is going to cause losses to the business, because if we are producing more, wastage of time, wastage of resources, wastage of material, so wastage of efforts, so many things are going to happen, right? All those are waste. Suppose if we underproduce, means less than what is required for the market, then what is going to happen? Then definitely again a loss. How do we lose? Because we are not doing production, then how do we lose? We are going to lose the customers, because competitors are there. If our product is not available in the market, customers won't wait for our product, right? So what they are going to do? So they are going to purchase our customers' product. We are losing our customers. So competitors are grabbing our customers. So in order to avoid that, or in order to save our business from these threats, so definitely we have to do the demand forecasting. So demand forecasting is simply predicting our future demand about our product or service. Suppose if you are producing products or if you are producing service, so in both the cases, we need to forecast the demand. So predicting the future customer demand is nothing but our demand forecasting. So this is very much needed, because if we know how much quantity has to be produced, then only you can go for production. Without knowing how much quantity is to be produced, we can't start production. And for your planning, for capacity planning, for inventory management, and for all marketing strategies, for all these things, so this demand forecasting is very much important. And this demand forecasting is also important to firm. At the same time, it is also important to nation also. Country also needs this. Why country also needs means, because if we know how much goods are being produced in the country, then only we can plan for the exports or imports. So for planning exports and imports also, this demand forecasting is important. So without knowing that, suppose if we fix our policies, our export import policies, EXIM policy, so if more taxes are posed over there, so then definitely it is going to cause threat to the country, at the same time threat to the business. So to overcome such kind of things, so what we have to do is definitely we have to forecast the demand. So demand forecasting can be done in different methods. Here on the screen you can see there are so many methods, demand forecasting methods. The first method is survey method, the second one is statistical method, the third one is other methods. So survey methods. So we all know survey. Survey means going into the market and getting people's opinion. That is called survey. And statistical methods means, so by using the past data, if you are able to use the past data, whatever the data that is available for us, if you are using that data and calculating or predicting future, so that is called statistical method. By using or by applying certain statistical formulas or certain statistical methods, so we are going to predict the future sales. That is the second method. And the third one is, again, it is kind of people's opinion only, but it will be done in a different way. So we used to take the help of the experts, or we used to do certain kind of experiments, or we used to follow certain patterns in order to forecast the demand. In this session, we are going to study about the survey methods. Let us see the survey methods. So here you can see the survey methods. So generally survey means a technique. Survey is a technique where you are going to forecast the demand or collect the information directly from the customers or directly from the consumers. So that method is called as survey method. We are going into the market. So many times we also participated in a survey, right? So in the YouTube you are going to get a small survey, or when you went for a shopping mall, so many executives, sales executives will stand over there and they'll give you certain pamphlets in order to fill. Or when you went for any restaurant or somewhere else, so they'll ask you your feedback, so which is nothing but survey, getting opinion or getting information directly from the people or from the customers. That is called as survey method. So this survey method is actually divided into two types. So in the market we have two types of people. So one is the buyer and one is the seller. So we are going to get opinion from both the parties, from the buyers, also from the sellers. So let us see first who are these buyers. Buyers are means the customers. So we are going to get the opinion directly from the customers. So that method will be called as survey of buyers intention. We are going to get the intentions or the opinions of the buyers. So that is survey of buyers intention. This survey will be conducted in two methods. One is census method and other one is sample method. So census we all know. So we use this word census. So where do we use this word? Census means, so generally we hear this in population census. So our country for every 10 years it usually do population census. Population census means, so calculating how much population we have in the country, how many are educated or how many are uneducated, how many are male, female, how many are villages, how many urban population, like this we usually do, right? So during calculation of all those, we are going to include each and every person of the country. We are not going to exclude anybody. All nook and corner of the country will be collected. The information will be collected from all the people. So if everybody were included in the sample, then that will be called as census. So here in our method also, all the customers will be included. Suppose if we have 1,000 customers, we get the opinion from all the 1,000 members. If we have 10,000, we get the opinions of all the 10,000. If we have n number, so we are going to get information from all the n number. So that method is called census method. So this census method is also known as total enumeration method. Census method is also known as total enumeration method. Why it is known as total enumeration method means, because everybody are being included in the sample. Each and every person will be contacted either through either it is direct contact or through phone or through mail or through some other sources. They will be contacted and their information will be considered and further processing will be done for our demand forecasting. That method is known as census method. Whereas sample method, sample means only a certain sample will be selected. So generally the sample will be like kind of representatives. So means the entire heterogeneous market is converted into homogeneous market. Means based on certain criteria will make it as homogeneous. Suppose if you want to make it on the basis of gender, all males, all females, or if you are able to make them categorized on the basis of their age, like teenagers, adults or old age people, like this we are going to make it into homogeneous, and from those homogeneous groups we are going to select few people who can represent the entire population, and from them we are going to get the information. So that is called as sample method. So what's the difference between census method and the sample method? Census method means, so everybody are included. Sample method means only few are included. So what are the advantages and disadvantages over the census method and the sample method? So census method, everybody's opinion matter here, right? So everybody will be included and their opinion is being collected. And in the sample method, only certain people are being selected, and sometimes we feel them as like people's representative, but they may be biased sometimes. They may not give accurate information. Whereas in census method, it will take more time, right? So the time is big, because if we have vast number of customers, we have to reach each and everyone. So then definitely more time. Whereas sample method, less time. So in census method, more money is needed and more time is needed, because to reach that many number of customers, so we need a big team, more time and more money. Whereas for sample method, so because we are selecting only certain set of people, the time taken in order to get the information will be less. At the same time, the money will be less, and we are going to get the quick results. So based on the accuracy, certain people will select census method. Based on the time frame and based on the investment, the money related aspects, certain people will select the sample method. So both are having its advantages and disadvantages. Suppose if we are able to collect a good sample, means if the sample is not biased, if they are representing their entire community or entire criteria, then definitely we are going to get so accurate results. So these are the survey of buyer's intention. So means here we are speaking in the perspective of buyer only. So the next method is survey of Salesforce opinion. So Salesforce, who are Salesforce? So as I told you, market will have two parties, one is buyer and one is seller. So the Salesforce is nothing but the seller. So seller means here the people who are in touch with the customers, the Salesforce. Salesforce means the people who are in touch with the customers, sales executives, all the sales executives. Suppose if you went for a shopping mall, or you went for in better example, supermarket. You went for a supermarket. So there you are searching for the product. One person might come and he'll ask for the help. Sir, what do you want? Or ma'am, what do you want? You are going to explain all your needs, right? So unknowingly, what you are doing is you are communicating with him and you are giving information. What are your needs or what are your wants? So like that, they'll be in touch with that entire market or entire colony or entire market. So they are going to have more information about the customers, means what are the needs, what are their needs, which products are being sold quickly, which products are not being sold. So like that, they usually have information. So if you are able to get in touch with such kind of people, then you are going to get accurate information. Without getting in touch with the customers, you can get in touch with the Salesforce. So you are going to get accurate information, and that information is definitely going to help you to forecast the demand. So that is Salesforce opinion method. We are going to get the opinion of the Salesforce, means the people who are being involved in the sales process or who is in touch with the customers. We are not being in touch with the customers, we are being in touch with the Salesforce. So that will help you to reduce the time. And we know who are our Salesforce, and we can easily get in touch with them. So we can get in touch with them through a phone call or through any email or through video call or video conference. We can get the information very quickly. Suppose if we have less period of time to forecast the demand of your product, then you can choose this Salesforce opinion method. So here you can see, so all this was articulated here. And here are the references that I followed for this. Thank you.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.